once again, audience. Welcome back to DomiNations with
Mac Marla
and Christopher. Where are we here?
I think I probably am officially.
Hello, once again, audience. That doesn't. Welcome back to DomiNations with
Mac Marla
and Christopher. Hey, there we go. I apologize for the feedback there. Now, this is the first time that I've actually successfully scheduled an event for the live stream and had it work. Did you know that? So I'm fairly excited about that. We are set in the Discord. If there's a problem with the audio at all, please don't hesitate to let me know. As you well know, I have significant problems with the audio. You're done, are you?
I think he sent me out of war. I've only got a couple thousand crowns left.
Okay. Marla's done.
The update came. I don't want to relearn the game.
I can't.
And I certainly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I told you.
It's just too much of a time commitment.
It's all over the forums, too.
Oh, yeah, I was going to go look at the forums, actually.
All over the forums, all over everything. It's absolutely insane. Now, so here I am poking around, not really playing the game. And hi, Duncan. Hey, it's Duncan and Jag. I just finished watching Jag's War Attack. I'm still in it. I don't know. See, somebody brought a point up, probably 5 minutes before we started streaming that really kind of hit home with me. And what they said was that 5-starring in war should be like an epic event, right? It shouldn't. That should be. As of right now, we gauge success as being 5 stars.
Right.
If you don't get 5 stars, then you
yes,
failed.
But it's always an epic event when you're an outlaw because you're always outmatched.
Significantly.
So, I mean, to get 5 stars now would be, I don't know what is beyond epic to achieve. I know a lot of teams have gauged success on 5 stars, but because we've always been overmatched, that's never been my sort of
like 3 stars
gauge.
Is good.
Yeah, like
Hello, Greer. You have coffee.
And I mean, I'm sorry, but an atomic age is always should be able to 5-star my IA. They're 2 ages ahead of me, and if that's who I'm going to be pitted up against all the time, what's the point? Yeah, and I mean, no.
Yeah. See, in my, I don't know. I'm severe. I'm almost more.
I haven't even done the update on mine.
I'm almost more frustrated with how they decided that they were going to fix the stalemate problem. That's almost more of a concern to me, although it affects has less of an impact on the broader community. Like, it's only like the top, we'll say, 5%
that experience
to stalemates.
Unless you're super selectively upgraded. I think they experience.
That's Pete. Here's the reason that's a problem, and I think that's a significant problem, is because it shows just how. Here's the word before in the forums.
Okay.
How lackluster they are in thinking these things through.
For $40, I can get what? A commando and 1 commando army?
You would unlock your commando.
Okay.
So rather than doing the upgrade.
Okay.
But everybody gets a gift. Come on.
Well, no, I'm trying to decide, like, how much is this seriously going to cost to do troop cards all the time? Because that's what they want.
That's what they're trying to push, yeah.
Right?
Let's see.
Oh, I now have recommended upgrades. Thanks. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't been playing this game for 2 years. I really need recommendations.
Do you?
Yes.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Hey, it's Poop! Jag says, how was my last rally? It was on top of some, some stuff that you don't want to be on top of.
And I don't know, maybe I'll do one war post update. I have 1,500 crowns left. And then I think I'll be done.
So couriers said that they implemented the change thinking that it would help against sandbaggers. No, it's not going to help against sandbaggers.
How would that help against sandbaggers?
So,
that's stupid.
But let's walk it through. If you're a team that has the ability to actually stalemate with a sandbagged team or a sandbag alliance, your attacks are not going to be faster than theirs, right? They're sandbagging, thus to mean that you're a global age player going up against an atomic base. How is it perceived that that my global troops attacking an opponent would be able to do it faster than somebody's atomic troops doing it?
Right.
That's just
backwards thinking.
And then of course I saw Quali, which is extremely smart guy, very switched on, from the shred, and of course they implemented these changes halfway through a war. They went ahead and stalemated and actually beat them, or should have, and didn't get awarded the glory or the win. And it's like, well, if you're going to implement those changes halfway through, then you have to. It's kind of an all or nothing deal. And everything else was there, is what he said. He's like, well, come on, you guys, you can't do that. We put our backs into this in order to actually get those attack times down so that we would validly win according to what your rules are. And we did it, and now you're not going to give us the win. Yeah. 2, 2, 1, 2. So, and I mean, I've been mucking around a little bit with my army, but I've got to admit, not a whole lot. You can see I'm going with, where's my, I do need to switch that out. Oh, never mind. That's 2, 4. 2, 4. So, okay, yeah, because 7. Okay. But I do need a sabotage there. Planes are going to be so much more. Yeah. I don't know. I do not know how this is going to look. CB says yes, but the top 20 teams are pretty even. So time really will help. I think it adds to fun if there are a lot of extra attacks left to shave time off bases. If you're talking about a fair matchup, you're absolutely right. I completely agree. But that being said,
when you're sandbagging,
the community isn't complaining about fair matchups not being challenging. They're complaining about sandbagging and matchmaking, and that's really where it's at. And I don't like the term sandbagging because it's not sandbagging. It's the matchmaking algorithm that is broken completely.
Well, yeah, because we get these mismatches with or without sandbags, so it doesn't really matter.
It's all over the board.
Yeah, it's just not. It's too loose. It's too loose, and they loosened it even further because they didn't address it. And
so we got 4 atomics that are in our war here. They've only got one.
What they recommend for the next event is to buy a stack of crowns.
That's seriously?
Yes, seriously. Where? Look, if you go.
Oh, right there.
Oh, you should buy a mound of crowns.
I should spend $26 in order to complete an event.
Yes.
Yeah.
$26.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. oh, hey guy. It's Lucid. It's the Merc. It's the Merc. Although, I'm not sure if you guys were aware, if you watched the other video, we did face Legends, which is where Lucid was hanging out. Guy. So I am going to point out that I rolled over his base something fierce. Oh, absolutely, Jag. That's one of my top priorities is actually to get my factory upgraded in order to get that. Get my bazookas. I love the bazookas. I guess they've given up with keeping appearances about the road this is taking.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, just be honest about it. And I mean, the one thing I did do is I did do a lot of research into the companies before we had accepted our partnership.
Yeah.
And Nexon claims that they only have game enhancements. So I don't know if there's anybody out there. I would certainly be saying that is total false advertisement. They're not game enhancements.
No.
They're play to win. Or pay to win.
Pay to win enhancements?
Yeah.
Well, however you want to call it.
And they had this problem with Maple Story too. So... And my concern is for certainly the younger people, because I had a family member who was young and very easily influenced and spent a ton of money on a game.
Maple Story.
That was ridiculous.
What? And he kind of walked us through. Did you even see my haircut?
Okay.
My wife doesn't like my haircut. Beating up a little IA. Yeah, no, but I mean that's the history of this company, right? And we're not talking like far off the mark here. That's the history of this company. Is that they push it pay to win and then they ruin a game. But the fallacy here is that Nexon didn't make this game. The history goes that it was purchased. Big Huge Games was brought out of receivership.
Well, I don't know exactly. But
there's a backstory there where it's kind of flopped and changed hands more than a few times.
It's been owned by Nexon for 2 years.
Right, but Big Huge Games are the ones that developed this game. When it was originally developed, there was no Koreans.
Right.
It was like all of the other nations existed. There were no Koreans. Nexon purchased the game in the very next update. There were Koreans.
And I'm fine with that. I think that's totally cool. Whatever. I don't have a problem with that at all.
That's fine. It's
a little
part
bit
of the deal.
Nationalism. Okay, fine, whatever.
I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that from there you kind of knew who was driving the ship.
Yes.
That's what it kind of says. I'm not saying that it's wrong to have done that. I think it was a valid addition to the game. I think they should have gone beyond that and almost should have said we're going to hold off on pushing the new ages until we get more nations available, right?
Or the bugs addressed, or
if they would have done that, I mean, like this, I honestly, I might be talking out of the wrong end, but I honestly perceive that this game could have had a legacy similar to that of something like StarCraft. Probably could have surpassed something like Clash of Clans easily.
Yeah.
If it would have been done properly. At this point, with the direction that it's taking, am I going to leave the game? I love the game. At the heart of the game, I truly do love this game, and I don't think there is another one like it. Not even close.
Well, I'm hunting.
Marla's hunting. I've come across a few that are really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But they're still not DomiNations, right?
Yeah, no, certainly. And I mean, there are...
Who said it's not a haircut, it's a cue ball? I didn't bake it.
I didn't. I like the hair.
Do you?
I can't see the top of your head where you're balding, so it doesn't matter to me that you're balding. I mean, it is getting a little more sort of on the front, but so I get it. But, you know,
I do watch my own videos, and when I put my head down to attack and all I see is like how bald I actually am.
Your little peace sign.
My peace sign. That's why I'm always wearing hats and stuff. I was like, well, I'm going to cut it. So that's what I did.
Well, I mean, it's really about what makes you feel good.
Our son helped.
It's really about what makes you feel
good. It does make me feel better.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as you feel better. That's the important part.
Well, thank you, sweetie. You'll notice that I am climbing metals because I am trying to obviously try.
I was going to go to the forums and see how much.
DomiNations says I have to grow a chopper mustache.
What's it? Oh,
handlebars.
Handlebars?
Handlebars.
No, I don't do mustaches. Like, I'm serious.
Comb over like Trump.
Comb over, yes. My grandfather had a comb over. It was lovely. I liked my grandpa's comb over. I'm sorry. But I mean, he did. He had the ring, and he had it combed over for years. I didn't know he was bald. Until one day. Actually, there probably until after he passed away. Like, that was a comb over. So, we don't have to dye it orange and do it as, like, greasy looking as Trump, though.
No, I mean, most certainly I wouldn't. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I'm there yet. Everyone's on the same playing field. Only a small percentage will pay to win. Everyone will adjust to the revisions, and that's exactly right. And the next kind of thing that I wanted to highlight...
I don't think everybody will adjust to the revisions.
Leaving the game is an adjustment.
Well, I guess so.
And the broad, like, to be kind of inclusive, leaving the game is adjusting.
Yeah. Well, and I can't say I'm going to totally leave. I don't want a war anymore.
Right.
And I mean, that's really what kept me in the game. Because that keeps you involved with your teammates, right? Like, that's kind of the glue of your alliance, is the war, because it keeps you working together and communicating. I don't know.
No, Jag, we're not from the U.S. We're Canadian.
I'm Canadian, eh?
Canadian, eh?
I'm Canadian, eh?
That's what it's all about. Got to go across the street. So this is boot camp. So we were talking a little bit earlier. Sorry, before we move on, I needed to apologize because in the review that I did for 5.5, it was very clearly pointed out that I messed that attack up. That failed attack that I did there had nothing to do with the update. It was a horrible, horrible attack, and I need to apologize. Because they were two separate things, right? I was in a mood and I was playing around and I was in a tiff, but that attack really had nothing to do with the update. I failed simply because I failed, because it was a crappy attack.
There's the forums.
Yeah. Well, and Courier just pointed it out. The first leaving post in the forums popped up this morning. I saw one where some guy had some god-awful comment that said, yeah, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And I was like, what? Get bent.
Where are most of those posts? Probably in community or in general.
I think general is where I saw that one. I was just like such poor taste. Anyways, what I was saying, this is our boot camp alliance because we were talking about, sandbagging. So we've got, gunpowder, and that's the rules of boot camp. The rules of boot camp is that we only have people that are gunpowder and below. There's a few exceptions that have been made for people that are extremely rushed, i.e. they are below level 100 enlightened, but that's it, right? We're not taking on anybody that's, going to say I'm an industrial level 100, or if that's even possible. So you can see that there's gunpowder, medievals, and it goes all the way down, but we do pretty large wars, right? So we're doing a 30v30, and it takes a long time to match, right? Oh, Jack's from Iraq. Nice. Oh, that guy's been on a spree. The guy from the forums has been on a spree and been rude to everybody. Well, that's good to know. Good to know that he's just angry. Maybe he'll pop on here.
Well, and that's the other thing about this game is I've seen it turn like normal people into angry people, and I don't think video games are supposed to elicit that sort of emotion. It's supposed to be enjoyable. When it starts doing that to people, you're doing it wrong.
Sorry, you are reading that right. It says atomic at the top of this screen. This is who I'm supposed to take. Atomic, global, gunpowder, medieval. So obviously, I think we will come out ahead. Velveeta says, I'm trying to stay positive about all the changes, so I'm staying away from the forums.
I almost never go on the forums. I like to go into the ideas and features, and that's it. I don't think there's anything productive on there other than that.
I follow general. I go to my notifications, and I click dismiss. If it looks like a gripe or if it looks like anything like that, I just click dismiss.
And it's not like the community is ever listened to, so there's no point in posting there anyways.
Yeah. I've had a couple of... I feel I've had a couple of negative posts on there, absolutely. I've called a few people out on the forums. Obviously, nobody wants to respond or reply to them because usually when I try to speak from the heart and I try to speak accurately and not just name call. So I don't know. This is what have I been doing? So I've never seen a gaming people rage as hard as CR. Clash Royale.
Oh, yeah.
That's the game that they're talking about. I raged on that this evening, actually. I'm at 2,100 medals, trying to get to 2,200, and I was 4 away or something, and then I just got rolled over hardcore. I didn't rage. I was just like, moving on.
Yeah, and...
If you guys want to read some really good comments, go to the forums and read Poop's comments. Just follow her. Follow her around and read what she has to say. All of her comments they're all laughable. And they're not trolly. They just hit the nail right on the head, right? There's been a few instances where, certainly I think a lot of us have trolled specific people on the forums. J-Nation, you should go on the forums and say you have cheese for sale.
Yeah, here's the post about the friendly challenge. The response is soon, as usual. No timeline, no nothing.
Hey, fresh. I don't know who everyone is. I just have the screen up. I'm so glad that this worked, but now I've just got this screen up that says, you're live. I'm like, what? Occasionally I can be trolly.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of outrage that the friendly challenge didn't roll out. And I mean, like, that was probably its saving grace for this update.
Oh, it was. It was.
I mean, I totally agree with this comment. I just don't like how Noxon manipulated in this update. I'm sure everybody feels that way. And I feel like they manipulate the community all the time with all these large promises and always these huge disappointments.
Okay, this is what I've done in order to kind of offset this, and this is my raiding army. I'm going with 1 and 1 in my gunpowder. I've dropped it down to 5 bombards, 2 supply carts, 2 heavies, and 24 shooters. We're gonna go try it. So I don't know. Alright, let's see. Oh, see, and my thing just disconnected. I don't know why it does that on occasion. The good news is I didn't drop my troops yet.
Somebody wanted to know, in all honesty, how much money have you spent, guys, spent on the game?
Lots. I'm willing to bet that people have spent lots on the game. Sorry about that. I've tried corded, I've tried not corded, yeah. Anyways. Oops says she agrees with Marla. Danny Channel, why is it that whenever I go on DomiNations, I'm always being attacked? Oh, is that the one you're using, Fresh? See, that's good. That's good.
Okay, well, here's actually a pretty big spender and sort of breaks it down. Bought all the starter packs and the estate for his main base. $100 of crowns every 3 or 4 months. He plays 2 to 4 hours per day. Says it's about 50 cents per hour. I don't pay for anything by the hour. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. My major source of entertainment is the internet, which is a flat rate every month. And then I have Netflix, which is $9 a month. So I think I don't know, but I also know people who spend like $240 a month on cable. So
why not?
Maybe.
I'm going to read the comments here. I'm just kind of. Before, when my tactics weren't nerfed, I'd be able to look away and just trust that my troops were going to do what they were supposed to. Listen to me gripe, eh? Where are you guys going? You got to come over here. There you go.
Yeah, and I agree with a lot of people. I put a little bit of money in here and there, to help out a little bit. I'm not a big spender. I believe in supporting. I mean, they are putting time in constantly, so I don't mind if they're asking for a little bit of money on occasion, or if it was sort of a subscription, a monthly payment of some sort, I would certainly support that.
It's like building a spec home.
But I'm not going to spend $7 per war. I'm not going to spend $30 per war.
Seeing that heavy works nicely.
So I can win against these incredible mismatches. I do think it was a positive step in the right direction that they did that the card troops do spawn with the destruction of the stronghold. If I spent money on a troop and donated it to somebody,
you'd want to know that it spat out.
I would want to know that it was used.
I'd want to know that it popped out and killed all of Matt's troops. Sorry, Matt. I love you, man. I can't wait till you're back in World Wars. We miss you. Or Matty. I just had to get a dig in there.
So.
All right.
And I'm more likely to spend money on things that are going to have a long-term sort of benefit than I would.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I'm from the generation where you buy a game to own the game, right?
I mean, like, you bought the Nintendo, and then you'd buy the games, and...
That'd be it.
Well, and even pre-sort of this, I played a lot of online games.
Pete's on with us. Peter.
And, I mean, they were just, like, piddly little puzzle games, because...
He's so quiet.
That's what I liked, I guess, at that time. And even then, like, I mean, to purchase a lot of those games, you know, they were like, I don't know, maybe $15 maximum.
Okay, I'm going to read these.
Read them.
Poop says she's not about to go back and start upgrading the heal and barrage. The mediocre, congrats, good for you, man. Has 10,000 crowns and hasn't spent a cent on the game, which is awesome. That's great. Jay's like, you know, once you unlock the other tactics, you don't use the old ones. And Poop said, you know, no problem with people spending money on the game. Somebody has to, like, obviously, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't. It's...
Pete's a troll.
What's Pete saying?
Pete said you should spend $40 per war. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I mean, like, really, just to get my coalitions, and they're really low level. I can only imagine if they were high level. I'm almost at, you know, 750 crowns because I don't have time. I'm time poor, so
yeah,
I can't imagine what the cost in crowns would be. I'm actually.
Hey, it's Captain Rainbow.
Go to the store.
What are you doing? This is my gunpowder.
Yeah, I just want to look at how much crowns cost.
$6.49 for 500.
Okay, so that's not even one more. That you're probably looking at that for one more for 3 level 6 coalitions.
At 6,500, which is like $66.
$70. $70. It's $70 to get 3 level 6 war coalitions.
Garbage.
I can't imagine.
Why not? I don't understand. $60. You don't mind me spending $60 per war. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it. I'm a really good attacker. You should see my attacks. I'm solid. I'm worth $60 a war.
No, you're worth 70 in my opinion, but it's okay.
See? It's Pete! What's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys.
It's been forever, man. Alright, if you just tuned into the stream or if you've been watching the stream, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Lax, Mr. Lax, or Mrs. Lax. This is Pete Herrera. If you ever come across a base that is impossible to get through, or you look at it and go, holy snot, I can almost guarantee that Pete had something to say about it or had a little finger in there somewhere. So many of the base concepts that I see are from Pete. Very, very old school, but then they broke the game on him, and they said, oh, no, it's not a problem, it's your problem. And Pete was like, that's nice. If it's my problem, I'll see you later. So he went and played Pokemon Go.
Wow. Yeah.
That sums it up, doesn't it?
That's about it, right? Yeah.
Anyways, hi, Pete. How are you?
I'm fine. You're overhyping it a little bit. I was just a me little, just a small little, base designer. Nothing too big, so it's fine.
Well, I thought the base designs that you had thrown out there to me are pretty much the essential and primary concepts that I've brought forward. Really, I think, in all honesty and in fairness, giving credit where it's due, Matt DomiNations and yourself really taught me how to play this game.
I learned speed rallying from you guys. I actually started streaming again the other day, and I was actually every time I speed rally, I'm like, there we go, that's Chris McMarla in my ear going, speed rally. So
get it done. Yeah. I think that's a thing. I think it's a primary concept. Yeah. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to stick a noise gate on you. Just to see. Now you pick up my son coughing. My kids are sick today.
By the way, so Mira taught me that I should probably say this to any new person I see, but your walls are gorgeous, by the way. I walked into Prodigal Thieves again, and they were like, she was upset that I didn't she wasn't upset, she was just like, comment on my walls, they're pretty, say something. So every time I see someone that I haven't seen in a while, I have to comment on their walls, first thing, So your walls look absolutely gorgeous. Just to let you know.
Why, thank you. Mm-hmm. Is that supposed to be a pickup line, or you?
No, it's more like I'm coming back and I'm seeing all these new things, so I should probably give credit where it's due. And that's the one thing I need to be reminded to do is tell people their walls are gorgeous. So your walls are gorgeous.
My walls What if I haven't done anything with my walls?
What, they're level 10, 11 right now on your main? They're I saw gray walls. I was like, wow, that's pretty.
Oh, on my main, yeah, they're 10 or 11, I think. I've been grinding at them slowly.
Yeah, you have.
That and university research. If you're watching right now, this is my baby account. This is my little gunpowder account. Look at the walls there. I thought you were complimenting those ones.
Oh, well, those are actually not bad for gunpowder either. That's actually pretty good, too.
They're not
That's
bad?
max gunpowder, right?
They're not bad for gunpowder?
They're max for gunpowder, right?
They're max for gunpowder.
Yeah, right?
Which I guess is, not bad.
Yeah, that's level 9. That's what a lot of people get when they get industrial, so you're a few ages ahead.
I'm trying to be. I try and be ahead of the curve, or at least I fake it pretty well.
Yeah.
Sorry, reading the comments again. Marco.
Polo.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Marco Polo. I've had some people have asked, what's this space here? I'm fairly certain that is where Marco Polo sets up his little camp. So when he comes and visits your base, you'll likely see him there. I wish you could tap on him and his head would explode, or maybe you could hunt him. That would be fun. That'd be a good in-game feature. Here's one thing I will say about this update, okay? Because there's a lot of negativity about it. I kind of outlined a little bit of the positive spin with the nerfing of the tactics is that it's the expectation. The expectation of 5 stars needs to be adjusted, and people need to kind of reevaluate what their end goal is and what they deem to be success. So that is one thing, right? Those bases that you're putting together and you're spending a lot of time on, hopefully will start to stand up in war. So there's one thing. The other thing, and this is Shy, obviously the primary, everybody's excited about, let's challenge everyone. Hey, it's Bo! Everybody's excited about that, but it's not here yet. The gameplay thus far has been a lot smoother. I have not had one single memory leak that has forced me to actually close the game and kill it every 30 minutes, which is nice. That's a bonus. Another thing, I feel that the in-game chat is actually a little bit more accurate. It's been popping up somewhat easily and flawlessly so far. What else is there? Speed dropping. I'm actually able now to do a 3-finger speed drop. I'd say 98% of the time off of my device. So in the past, if you weren't able to do a speed drop, I feel like they've kind of loosened that range as to how that it functions. So now, if you weren't able to before, try it again. Try your speed drop again. You just got to go into, one of the single player campaigns. You jump in there, unless your name's Sir Piz.
And I mean, here there's even a post from the top alliances that are saying, you are ruining the game. And I mean, those should be...
That's a top alliance saying that?
Yeah.
There's lots. I mean, they would like to claim that they have taken the feedback from people, but they really haven't.
No, because I have.
No, well, you have, yeah.
I have. I know exactly what the community thinks and wants and whatever. I was privy to that information. Unfortunately, it didn't get pushed forward. And that has played a huge role in me leaving the game, is because we just couldn't get together as a community to push these things forward. And even then, I was skeptical that Nexon would even listen. Because I look at the forum.
The failing should have been on their side, not ours.
It's all full of negativity, complaints, dissatisfaction, and they're doing nothing.
You've got one person responding to all of it, keeping it in check. When I read the friendly challenges, it seems too good to be true. Here's a question in regard to the friendly challenges. Answer me if you know. Are you able to use things like the Brandenburg, the Blitzkrieg, or Strength of Russell Crowe? Can you use those and still have them available? Or if you go ahead and pop on the Strength of Russell Crowe, is it gone and you've got to wait 24 hours?
When did you come up with that name, Strength of Russell Crowe?
Haven't you ever watched the movie Gladiator?
Yeah, but it's so funny.
I've missed you, man. So that's what I want to know. You guys wanted to know. I commented earlier about a bug that I discovered. You guys have probably figured this out. And it disconnected. So now, here, let me just pretend like I'm going to show you. There, see, it's on the screen. I'm showing you this really big bug that I found. What a pain. And I don't know if that's Air Server or if that's my tablet or... Because it only happens up here, right? We've got 2 machines that we stream from, and it only happens on this one. Oh, you know what? We're going to try something. I apologize. Bear with me here. I'm on MiFi Fiber. MiFi Fiber? That's what I named my wireless network. We got MiFi 2.4 and MiFi Fiber. So if you're ever driving through Brookfield, Nova Scotia, and you see MiFi Fiber, you'll know it's me. There we go. Let's try that. MNC. Connected. Okay. How come you have to be gunpowder or lower to be in the Boot Camp Alliance? Because that's when it's fun. I'll be flat out honest. That's where I had the most fun playing, and that's when the game really starts to be good, I feel. If you're in the Enlightened Age and you're looking for an alliance, come pop by the boot camp server and just say, hey, I'm looking for an alliance, and somebody will grab you. I mean, or you can even pop into the Last Outlaws. You be forewarned, though, our wars really do suck. You know, I'm not lying. Ask anybody that's popped over and had a couple of wars.
We were having a really hard time finding and recruiting players beyond gunpowder age, and it kind of gives us a gauge of how many gunpowder players there are that are going to progress beyond EA. And I know a lot of alliances had that issue of recruiting sort of new blood. So that's why boot camp exists, and it's gunpowder age and lower, is to help
new players. Well, it's twofold. I have a blaster.
And yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of secondaries in there.
It's not limited. We run wars as high as we can get. If we have 45 available, we run 45, and we run a pretty tight ship.
And I mean, you're less likely to come across stacking at those below that age.
You can't stack. See, there you go.
It's a one way of turning back time, I guess, to the day when, war was how it was meant to be. You can have a huge alliance with many players. They're eager, they're active, because it's fair.
Yeah, and it's a hoot. It really is. It's a riot. We've lost 1 out of 10 wars in boot camp. You guys wanted to know what the bug was?
I mean, we start wars over 35. You get a couple stacked wars or mismatches, and we have an alliance of 45 people, and you can hardly find 20 to war.
Yeah, and I've heard that as one of the biggest complaints is that people go from having 35 available, they do a couple wars, and then there's 10 available. It's well, now what? And that's the same in the Lost Outlaws, and I can't. Most people are like me. They're obviously I'm eager to figure it out because I like playing, right? And I like you guys. I mean, we're over 500 subs, and I think it's as a direct result of this game.
Question to ask you guys.
What's that?
Do you think Nexon would roll back someone's account if they asked them to? I have an Enlightenment Age account, and to support you guys, if I would ask them to roll it back to gunpowder, do you think they would be able to do that?
No.
No?
Cheat. I gotta be honest, man. Just go ahead and prove that you've been cheating since the gunpowder age, and then they would do it.
Really?
Oh, seriously. Duncan says I'm going to boot camp. Boot camp's awesome. Can you guys, if you're watching the stream here, I do have it back up. Spot the problem here. Spot the problem. So the troop capacity up at the top says 15 out of 15, which is right, okay? So we'll go back here. We'll go here and we'll say, how much should I be able to hold? Alliance troop capacity, 15. So we pop in here, and a mortar or a bombard, any sort of a siege is supposed to be 10, and with library research it would be 9. You can go ahead and assume that I have that done. Bomber boys are supposed to be 6. I've got an extra rifle. How does that work? Okay, so with my library research, the way that it works is that my bombards take up 9 spaces. So when I go into war and I go to donate, my bombard only takes 9 spaces. I don't care if you've done the research or not. My bombard takes 9 spaces. So I have a troop worth 9. Okay? But before they implemented that, in the past, the way that it worked is that it was based on the person you were donating to. So if your bombard takes 10, it doesn't matter if mine takes 10. So if you do the library research and I do the library research, then all of a sudden a bombard is no longer 9. A bombard is equivalent to 8. So, thus to mean you get 1 extra troop space on 15, depending on, fun stuff, right? So, it's these little nuances that literally make me believe that their QA department is playing foosball all day. That's why I asked about foosball in the forums, in case you guys were wondering. V wants some troops. Let's give V some troops. But that's only for World War donations. Everybody's all quiet now. Who's saying what? No, they only roll back wonders to unconstructed, says Killian. It is laughable, but have you guys found that the gameplay is smoother though? Like, really? That's my question, I guess. Lax, did you say that you're back playing?
Yeah, I'm playing on my phone now, which is actually crazy because the game just feels a lot more fluid. Like something happened.
Something happened?
So like I have a rooted device, right? Rooted with like a bunch of custom stuff, and like the supporting like website or whatever said that like it wouldn't work on like devices like that, but the game runs completely fine. Like I can raid on it, I can attack on it. It does not like doesn't freeze up like it used to. It's like the game's been, I don't know, has like a new engine in it and it's working faster. It's nice.
Since this update, and that's what I've noticed as well, is that it's a little bit smoother. Mine just keeps crapping out here. Should I steal Marla's? What do we think? Or should we just get Marla connected? We can watch her browse forums. Why does it keep doing that? There's another one of those companies where the support's a little bit overblown. Is Air Server. If I could do this on Linux, I tell you. If I ran the zoo, Mr. Magoo. You know, I used to do this kind of stuff for a living, too. Used to. Now I feel bad for society because instead I'm raising little mini-me's. I really think that all the corporations should have gotten together and said, please take one for the team. We've got one now. We don't need another 3 that are behaving that way. 20 years. Where it only lets me have 2 war tactics, but I have a capacity. What? Let me just roll that over. I have 2 war tactics, but I have a capacity of 3. And when I have 2 tactics, it says I have 5 out of 3 tactics. Nexon, yeah, there's lots like that. Forums. It's because they can't delete your trained tactics. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's right. Now, Killian's answered your question there for you. Okay. Oh, look, I've got a war attack. Should we go and check this out and hope that this actually doesn't die? 3 howitzers, please. You ever just let your auto correct down at the bottom make your sentence for you?
Yeah.
Where you just touch the middle word?
Yeah. Oh, no, not just the middle word.
Just randomly touch the middle word until you actually have, like, something of a sentence. I'll nom my... Oh, sure. Felix 5-starred. I'm always on Felix. He's always cleaning out my mess, but he's always like, yeah, 5 stars. And he's just so nonchalant about it. We have fought these guys how many times now? Alright, I'll go on 3. Raj says he's going to take 4 in the morning. Not 4 in the morning he will attack. There's Saul, the grandfather of the outlaws. Grandpa Outlaw. Outward Brandon. Who's that? Felix? Beef. See, we got 43, but we're only doing like a 20V or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What alliance are you in now? Pete?
Prodigal Thieves again.
Oh, okay. Chillin' in PT.
Yep.
Thank you, Beef. Where's the beef? Leading the last outlaws. That's where the beef is. Okay, so this guy's got 2 offensive, 1 defensive. He's got some Russians. Let's scout him out. We fought these guys like 4 or 5 times before. Now, let's see. Now you can stare at the top of my bald head and it won't make a difference. Pretty walls, that's what I see here. Pretty walls.
I just sent Nux on the message. Hopefully they can re-roll my account back to Gunpowder. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Actually, I'll tell you later, but there is something.
Coming in here, I've got a Blitzkrieg followed by a Sabotage. If necessary, hopefully I can get a decent 3-finger drop going there. Yeah, that's what we're doing. This is going to be fun. I can tell you right now, this is going to be a good time. And this isn't even that difficult of a base, I don't think. Alright. I am working hard on my generals. Just in case you were wondering. I know you guys were all very concerned. Did you message customer service or did you message NB4?
Ooh, should I have messaged them before?
I don't know.
This is customer service.
Joan. Nappy.
I do miss wars.
Do you think Napoleon, like back in the day, if you ran into Napoleon, you're like, hey, Nappy, what's up? Do you think he would have appreciated that?
I feel like that would have been a great name for him, yeah.
So here's my slightly modified army that I was telling you guys about. I am still sticking with what is, I feel, is way closer to a raiding army or a looting army. The only modification that I've made to my raiding army is I've obviously gone with 2 tanks rather than 3, and I've jacked up my shooters. I was playing around with heavy GATs earlier, but I didn't feel that was very beneficial. I do have some coalitions. That is the other thing that I wanted to mention as far as a positive. I feel as though the coalitions are a lot more on cue. Like you actually get them more often for the 3 stars, and it's almost like they're a guarantee now for the 5-star. Holy! What's going on, Sid? Sid.
Yeah, I hear he's a legend.
Yeah? You guys want to talk about a legend? That's him right there. What do we want to do here first? Let's go with shooters. Heavies. We're going to be nice and slow about that.
I hear my little man. He's great.
So that worked out pretty well.
Wow. That guy has a waste of walls. Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
They're like double stacked and it's like, ugh.
Let's see. Feel as though can probably oh, come on. Get off of my howitzers. See, and I still have a sabotage. Here we go. And my offensive coalitions, I'm going to throw them down here. Let's see. Can we get a speed rally going on there?
Did he say speed rally?
Beautiful. Did you guys see that? That was so hot. Get off my guys. Jerks. Ignores the tanks. And, oh, yeah. I didn't want to lose any more troops. There's a trick. After you kill that last building and it says 100% destruction, you can end the battle. You don't have to kill everything. I feel that went off pretty well, all things considered. I think I still even had one decoy remaining. I feel that blitzkrieg is certainly a must. Look, and trade goods hiding in the background there.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg's a must. Like, it's a must-have.
Yeah, I think you'll see wonders with tactics becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was 2 perfect speeder alleys. That was like nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I've got enough to actually get my mercs back. Oh, see, and my generals. My generals can even come home. I'm not going to do that because does it stick them right back in there? Does it stick them right back in there and you don't have to spend oil on them? Oh, do you want to? Yeah, see. Okay, so they must have fixed that, I think. But I don't know, like, why should I have to retrain? If I'm retraining my generals for free, if they came home from battle, why should I have to pay the oil to get them to go back in there? I already paid the oil and they lived. You want to charge me 1,500 oil just cuz? I don't think so. I don't play that. All right. Jay says it's nice to drop to 500. Did I tell you about the test that I did where I dropped down to 200 and it took in less than 2 days I was back up over 1,000 and I attacked like 4 times?
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous. And I started recording it in the morning where I was like, okay, let's see how many times I get dropped on. And sure enough, it was just people dropping in order to lower their count. Thanks, V. Yeah, so, but since this update, and as a result of obviously wanting to test my base, complemented with the availability of tactics, or of NTGs and resources, I've just started climbing. I'm like, well, whatever. If you're only going to offer me 2 tactics to use, then I may as well start just climbing metals because I'm only going to use maybe one of them. Right? And as you guys saw earlier, I just usually, from a raiding army, I maybe go with a couple of protect. And I'm getting pretty savvy at throwing my tanks towards town centers. That's really what I want to start doing, is learning how to rally so I'm just out of range so that my tanks go first if I set off a town center. So if a howitzer pops out or something, they're targeting my actual tanks. Yeah. I've been working on that. Man, your university must be like, did you build a university before you left, Pete?
No. Oh, actually I did, but it wasn't very, like, upgraded.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty meh for now.
Shaying Yan says, Shaying says it's a roller coaster ride for upgrades. I had a meme that I shared, a little short YouTube video that I shared in our server in regard to Nexon's upgrades. It's kind of not safe for work, so anyways, if you're on the server, you can go and check that out. But then that's how I feel about their updates. When World War certainly was the fun thing, I think it still will be again. It'll be fun to see how my base actually holds out on the given basis that I've put a significant amount of effort into it, but we'll have to see. Sid says he's liking transport and paratroopers. Here's the theory that I heard earlier. Grab some decoys and grab some of those barrage, like if you upgrade it. Mm-hmm. Use the decoys to just bring people toward defensive buildings. So, say for instance, you have like a square of 4. Can we draw? I want to draw. Say you've got a building of, or a square of 4. You can go ahead and draw people toward that
I'm sorry, I have nothing else to provide.
And then use your barrage. So, for example, obviously that's a bad one because I've got an anti-tank gun. Let's go pick on somebody else's base. We'll find somebody in war. Thanks for coming by, Shu Ying. The guy that we just went on. Let's see. So if I had upgraded barrage, we could have potentially or theoretically done something like a decoy right there, like right in that empty spot, I guess. So that would have been like a decoy. And then obviously it would have gotten a lot of troops out towards it. It would be running the risk of being sniped off by this. But if there was even card troops at that point, you would be spawning those. But get them all in there and then just drop a couple of barrage on them if it was upgraded high enough and kill all those. Because there's that library research for the initial, like the first wave. If you can draw enough in there, the barrage all of a sudden becomes useful, or a little bit more useful anyways. And complemented with that, you would be killing things in a 3-block radius. My son just wandered out of his room and says, I need to pee, Daddy. Versailles.
Hold it. You can hold it for another 4 hours. Be a man.
Be a man.
Gotta get them while they're young, right?
My poor little man. I can hear him coughing, though. I've heard him coughing all night. It's kind of sad. Always Versailles. Always Versailles. Helps distracting certain buildings, saving 1 or 2 tactics. So after this update is about distracting rather than disabling. Yeah, and that's exactly it, Sid. That's what I feel. That's why, decoy. I'm very, very happy that I've been pushing decoy on a lot of different people that have it. If it's available, get decoy, start using it. Blitzkrieg, decoy, protect. I'm still an advocate, but you've got to hang on to that protect. Like, point rallies and keeping your troops together and troop control is now really that's the thing. That's the name of this game. What's that?
You know what's a great tactic that I've actually started cheesing on a lot is using a armor blessing every time.
Oh yeah, I've done that because I've got
yeah.
On this
I'm actually starting to use that more and more often. I'm like, it's like a mini sabotage that happens. It's like the entire battle, so it's like, or a mini protect for the entire battle. Something.
Yeah. I've got the hanging gardens, so it's like, well, why not, right?
Yeah, you're like, why not?
Yeah, I do it all the time. All right, well, I think that's about it. That's kind of all I've got for the stream, you guys. Bye, Captain Rainbow. Change your anchor, Versailles, like my GA has.
No?
GA. Yeah, I think that's about it. The last note I was going to make: heavy tank army. I think that's going to be the new thing. Anybody that has a heavy tank army is going to be just throwing it at people and being like, there's my attack. And it's a no rally, little skill attack. I'm sorry. It is. If that's what your thing and you like doing that, I'm sorry that you're offended, but, get over it. I think that's the next thing that needs to be nerfed, because I feel that everybody's going to start doing it. If you've got a difficult base, just heavy tank them, right? Because you drop those beasts and then you go ahead and just plane the rest of the stuff, and there you go. There's your quick victory via 50%, and you just watch the attack.
Yeah.
Isn't that about right, Pete?
Yeah, but it takes a little bit of practice to get it down. But once you got it down, it's like really easy, because it's like you just drop them at like random spots and you just put an army somewhere and GG. You run a bunch of decoys, or just a bunch of decoys and like maybe like a sabotage or something. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, decoys to pull the troops away from your heavy tanks and keep them moving. Run your planes over them and call it done.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's my last thought of the evening. thank you very much for tuning in, you guys. We are planning on doing this, I think, until the end of the month, or I will be. I might actually migrate downstairs, depending, because Marlo's hours are going to change here, and I don't think we wanted to be doing a live stream at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to be. You don't want to see me at 1 o'clock in the morning. So,
what time is it now for you?
What's that?
What time is it right now for you?
Oh, what's the matter?
You have milk.
Oh, what happened? Mama. No, that Mama touched you?
Oh, you're breaking my heart, Bill.
Oh, don't break your mother's heart. She wants to tuck you in. She missed you. No? You want Daddy to tuck you in. Can you say...
at least have a kiss?
Say, keep your stick on the ice. No? Can you say bye, everybody? Bye, everybody. Okay. Keep your sticks on the ice and have a good time, everyone. Thank you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And we'll check you out next Tuesday.